Hello and welcome to our last video on Lattice Method. Please reach out if these were helpful to you or if you would like more of these to go over specific examples. I'd be more than happy to support you with more videos. The purpose of this video is to talk about how to use the setup and the solving that we've already done with 4 different problems, but now with decimal versions of those. And so normally the decimal is always at the end of a number. It's the to separate the whole number from whatever comes after. So if the number is 5, then that would be like $5, so 5.0. But if you actually have a decimal in there, that changes the answer overall, because that now is going to have a decimal part that you didn't have before. So if I actually multiply 2.34 times 5, then what that means is back up here on the original, I'm going to move the decimal from where it would be for a whole number to where it actually is in the decimal number. Since 5 is a whole number, I'm going to keep that decimal right here at the bottom. I don't want to move it up because if I do, it'll represent 0.5 or 0.5, 5 in the tenths place. But we want 5 to be in the ones or whole place. So then the next thing is I want you to imagine that these dots want to do the same thing that the numbers just got to do, which is meet each other. When they go to meet each other, they always go in straight lines to the left and down, just like the numbers did. And so this dot right here is going to go down this way. And this dot over here is going to go to the left this way. And wherever they meet, whatever corner they meet at, that's the corner that they slide down on. And so these two are going to meet right here. And because they meet right there, that red line is the decimal line. And so that's going to be right here in our answer, which means that if the original problem, instead of being 234 times 5, was 2.34 times 5, we would get an answer of 11.70. And what you're going to learn about decimals is that actually makes a lot of sense, because if I look at the number, I see 2 digits after the decimal in the 2.34, and I don't see any others in the 5 wholes. It's a whole number. And so I still see 2 digits after the decimal in my answer. All right, let's take a look at another one. This one is 2.34 times 7.5. So I'm going to put my decimals up here and here. So in between the numbers that it actually shows for the decimal. And again, this is not solving the original problem. This is solving a brand new problem that happens to have the same exact numbers, but just with decimals. And so you would set up the problem like you normally would, and then the decimals would go there. And again, they're going to move in lines that go left and down until they meet. And so this one is going to go down, and this is going to go left. And it looks like they're going to meet right here. That's the meeting place. Since that's the meeting place, they slide down together on that red line, and it ends up right here. That's your place value for the decimal. So that means that the answer to 2.34 multiplied by 7.5 is 17.550. And again, you're going to learn strategies that help you to figure out where decimals go normally. This is just one more strategy that can help you. So they always go straight to the left and down. They meet at a corner, and they slide down that place value line, that red line, together. But what you'll learn in class is that there's 2 numbers after the decimal on the first number, and there's 1 after the other one. Together, that's hundredths and tenths. Multiply that, you get thousandths. So 1, 2, 3 places. Okay, so that matches as well. All right, let's try a couple more times. So 1.432 multiplied by 0.7. Now, you don't have to put a row of 0 when you're doing 0.7, because that row of 0 on top is basically going to be a bunch of nothing. It's not going to change anything. And it doesn't actually add any place value. You can just put the 7 and put the point above it instead of below it. And then for the 1.432, you can put the decimal. Now, once again, the decimal goes to the left and down. And so this one is going to move to the left, and this one is going to move down, but this one moves to the left all the way until it actually touches the point. So this one doesn't need to go down at all. They meet right here. And so it's going to slide down this red line. So a decimal on the top goes all the way across until it meets the decimal that would normally come down, and then they slide down together. So that's 1.0024. If I was to multiply those numbers in a different strategy, I would get the same answer, 1 whole and 24 10,000ths. It's a really, really small number because I'm multiplying by something just a little bit more than 1 whole by something that's even less than a whole. So I'm getting something, a smaller number than what I started with. Even though there are more digits, the value is much smaller. This is basically like $1 because the 24 at the very end are so small, it's not even pennies at that point. All right, last one, 14.32. So decimal goes here, and 1.75. Decimal goes here. All right, once again, they go down and to the left, they meet at a corner. So if I look at these, they meet at this corner right here, and then they slide down that red line until they come out here. So the answer to this problem would have been 25.0600. Okay. All right, well, I hope this was helpful. Please reach out if you need any support, and I will see you in class.